You want a lesson in patience? Try driving through a Washington, D.C. rush hour on a Friday. It doesn't even have to be a Friday, and it doesn't even have to be rush hour. This is Thursday, and it's a little after 2, and I'm stuck like a rock in the muck, not going anywhere. I'm parked. I'm literally in park on a major road in Washington, D.C. area. I'm supposed to be driving, but we are so stopped that I'm just parked. So I figure, why not talk to you? I know it sounds a little weird, but I've decided that from now on, my podcasts are going to be when inspiration strikes. And right now, the lesson is in patience, not impatience, but it is in patience. For me especially, because I am not a patient driver. And part of what my story is about patience is that I like to be efficient. I like to get stuff done. Here's the trouble. You don't always get the opportunity to get stuff done because you spend a lot of your time waiting on things like traffic. I'm on my way to a gig. I'm actually moving now, so this is interesting, recording a podcast while I drive. I'm on my way to a gig to perform and to sing and to make people laugh with our fun little Victorian carolers' antics. And that's always joyful. I have to say, regardless of what the gig is, I'm actually getting paid to do what I love to do, which is sing and make music and entertain. The patience part is with all the stuff that's around it, like the driving to the gig 3 hours early because I know DC traffic is going to make me want to tear my hair out. So instead, I go to my home away from home, Starbucks or Panera or one of the other places that I go to, depending on what's nearest the gig, and I work. I write or I do something else that's creative. So whenever I need patience, I start thinking about what is the next thing I can create. That's a way of keeping me in the moment of whatever it is I'm doing, like driving through traffic, but it also allows my mind to wander, right? I'm not saying don't pay attention to what you're doing, but I'm saying instead give yourself the opportunity for at least part of your mind to be in that what if space, right? So I'm writing a musical, and this musical is really close to my heart. It has to do with my choir director from high school and her story, which was amazing and compelling, and I'm very excited to do it. And I put it aside for a few years because I thought I was going to be doing workshops and programming and things like that, and that didn't come out as I would have imagined. And so I've shifted gears after assessing and evaluating where I was, because remember me, I like to be efficient. So that part of it is always true. I'm always going to want to be efficient. But the other part of me that's true is that I'm a dreamer. I love to envision things, not just be efficient, but to use my imagination. And so while I'm doing these things like driving through, and yes, Google Maps is talking, Google Maps is talking through the podcast. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you document your life and your thoughts. You get Google Maps or phone calls or traffic sounds or cats purring sometimes, which is cool. Anyway, so the envisioning part of you can be at play even when you're focusing on I'm driving somewhere. What I do is when I know I'm going to be stuck at red lights, I keep a little soprano recorder, a little flute near me, so that if I'm stuck at a bunch of traffic and I'm not creating a podcast or writing songs, I'll play music. I'll just get my little recorder out and I'll play a tune while I'm stuck at a red light. And in fact, in the spring and autumn, if I'm stuck and the windows are open, I've had people listen and enjoy and applaud when we were done, when I was done playing. So, find something that allows that creative part of you to thrive, even when you're doing something that tries your patience. Now, for me, it's a little easier to be more patient now in DC traffic because I don't live here and I don't have to put up with DC traffic all the time. If I did, I'd probably be tearing my hair out. But because I don't, because I'm not here that often, And I have these creative outlets, these creative moments that I give myself. It's a much more joyful existence because creativity allows me the opportunity to shine inside my own head and to have more patience for everything and everyone. I am grateful for the opportunity to do the creativity. I mean, not only am I going to go sing for people and entertain them that way, but I'm also spending time being creative while being patient in DC traffic. You know, I mean, and I think DC is consistently voted like the worst traffic in the USA. But this is about what you do with the time you have, right? For me, so much of what I do is going from here to there to get the opportunity to live my dream, which is be creative, whether it's through writing or singing or teaching. But in those moments, I've found that I also need that creative part of myself in order to shine in a different way. So that's it. I wanted to give you that little bit of thought on creativity, especially in times of stress or impatience. Find a creative solution. Find time that you can spend doing something you enjoy, even when you are stuck doing something you don't enjoy. So find the gem in all of this, and it'll change how you view everything you're trying to do.